You can cut it. Go ahead.
Hey, it's the Zach Nichols Podcast.
And you're watching the Governor's Comedy Club Podcast.
Let's go. That's fun.
Tony, welcome to Governor.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? All right, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. You're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Hey, it's the Zach Nichols Podcast.
And you're watching the Knockem Dead Comedy Show with Tony Walker.
Let's go.
You wanna listen in as the show begins. You're telling all your friends the party never
Hi, everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. We are on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, a Facebook page, a YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, that's great. Please follow the page. If you're on YouTube, that's great. Please subscribe to that page, hit the thumbs up, and do all that good stuff. No matter which page you're on, please share the link to the show. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We appreciate the support, whether you're watching and sharing, whether you're just watching, whether you're the admin of a page that we share the link to our show on. We appreciate all the support. Good morning, John Rusiello. If you're going to comment today, if you'd like to be part of the show and hear your comment read, hear your name said, well, please shoot over to please shoot over to YouTube, because that is where we're monitoring the comments today. Just like John Rusiello just did. He said good morning. So, welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. It's Friday, thank goodness. John DiResta, comedian John DiResta, great comedian, former transit policeman in New York, had his own sitcom, has had comedy specials, has been in movies. He's worked with people like De Niro and Sandra Bullock. He was on the show, I think, like maybe February or March of this year. Actually, I think he did the Green Room with us. But a great guy. He should be here shortly. I just heard from him a few minutes ago. He said he's on his way. He was at WBAB this morning. Like the nose action you just did. Yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, what happened was I had 6 seconds left before the show was going to start. I took a quick drink of water, and I got a little water up here on my nose. So I was just like wiping it off, and then I put the thing on, and it was on camera, so I just started being stupid. Because that's what I do. Stupid. So how is everybody? It's Friday. I'm feeling a little weird today. Yeah, I'll tell you about this as we're waiting for John DiResta. So I've been pushing for a few weeks now the MMM Fest, movies, music, mic drop, and Don Sill wrote and directed a movie that's going to be playing there. I produced it. It was filmed in my house. Zach was the cameraman and the director of photography. It stars Mary Capone and Fudge the comedian. It's a great 10-minute short. It came out really, really well. And the festival is still going on. Don will be there, but I'm not going to be there. I've been telling you guys I'm going. Last night, I just had a change of plans. And I just feel weird because I had to break the news to Don last night. Like, sorry, Don, I can't make it. And I just feel bad. I feel really bad about it. It's in Jersey City, which without traffic is a 2-hour drive. So I just feel bad because I've just something came up that I can't get out of, and Don was really great about it. But I'm just I can't help but thinking to myself, this guy's going to be driving 4 hours without traffic, so probably more, and by himself. And, I don't know. I just feel bad. So it's kind of like funked me out today. I feel bad about it. You look a little weird today, says John. Well, that's just my face. And believe it or not, in all seriousness, maybe I do look a little weird because I didn't sleep good. Like, I actually lost sleep over this last night, which it's rare that I don't know why I'm taking this so hard, but I just felt really bad with Don. Like, and I think, too, it's not only the fact that he's going to be driving by himself, but, we're going to miss a shared experience. And Don and I have a lot of shared experiences. We have a lot of great times together, especially when it comes to doing something like a film or a live show or something. We've never had like a single negative. Like, we've never had a fight. We've never snapped at each other. Like, we've never had a bad time. We've never gotten upset with each other over anything. Not that I know of, anyway. But, I just love hanging with the dude. And I just felt bad. And, so, and then I almost feel bad, too, because now with my plans, with the way they're set up, I will be able... I might miss the beginning of the fight, but I'm going to miss the beginning of it. But I'll probably still, probably be able to catch the last few rounds. The big fight that everybody's talking about, right? Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. That's tonight at 8:00 on Netflix. I don't know. I think it will last a few rounds because there's so much money at stake. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I was going to ask John DiResta about the fight. I don't know if he cares or not, but yeah. So I just felt bad about it. So that's how my day is starting so far. Fremder, at least Don's car won't smell like a rusty fart. I probably would have driven. I'm just that guy. No matter who I'm with, I'm just that guy. I'm the guy that's always driving. It's probably alcohol related because I don't drink, not at all. So yeah, I'm just always that guy that drives. When I drive so much when I'm a passenger, I'm like I don't know what to do with myself. It's very strange. Because you are a really nice guy, says John Rusiello. Hey. That's all I got to say about that. Hey. Thank you, John. Takes one to know one, pal. So, but we wish Don well at the festival tonight. We hope it goes well. Hope it's a great time. Don, if you're watching, take some footage, and I'll show it on here. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's that. So we were, oh, there's Don Sill right now. You!
Tony Walker, fresh to death. How you doing, homeboy?
Good, how are you?
Good. I tried calling into the station, but I don't know if you have the ringer on or not.
But, yeah, I missed it. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Just, yeah, no worries, my friend, about the MMM Festival. I was watching. You're making me feel bad. You're feeling bad. No, it's all good, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to do my best to get out there. I just got to figure out what time to, because like you said, it's a haul, and the traffic on a Friday going into New Jersey, it doesn't sound like a lot of fun. And then the Tyson fight and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of variables, but yeah, I'm still planning on getting out there at MMM Festival to see the film, The Last Class with Fudge and Mary Capone.
Right.
And yeah, so just wanted to just reassure you, my friend, it's all good in the hood. Go to your night tonight guilt-free. Okay.
Well, I thank you because that is why you're the best, and I appreciate you saying that. But while I got you, you were just in here on Monday, and you were pushing your coloring books, and then you said something about you have a Christmas one that might be coming at some point, and then I think it was the next day, boom! All of a sudden, the Christmas one is on Amazon.
The Christmas one is out now. People can go and buy the Christmas coloring book for their grandchildren, their children, if they want them themselves. But also today, too, they just finally released the Critter Crew Rap Stars and the Critter Crew Comedians coloring books are all now available. So if you go on to Amazon, look up Pappy Sill, Pappysill, Pappy Sill. It should direct you to all my books.
Nice.
Right on the market, we got a new one coming out, which is going to be Dino Rockers. It's dinosaurs that are rocking out. So, I'm loving doing it. My grandkids already got their copies. My daughter went ahead. I told her not to. I said I'm going to get them their coloring books, but they were excited. They ordered their own. They already got them.
Oh,
and
wow.
They got me pictures of coloring them in and all that stuff. So it's they come very fast. You probably get your copies if anyone out there wants to get a copy. You probably get it within a couple of days. Yeah, dude, I appreciate that. And they make a great stocking stuffer. So please, everybody, if you get a chance, go on Amazon, Pappy Sill, check out the coloring books. There's more coming. Just I would say just keep checking because I'm planning to get at least 10 different coloring books out there.
Nice.
In holidays. So yeah,
and they're nice and cheap. They're only like $7 or something. So go get them.
Yeah, they're affordably priced. If you look at they're about $1 less than the competition. I lowballed the competition. So most of these coloring books on Amazon are selling for like $7.99 and up. Mine are $6.99, and that's just because you got to like the end. I get like $1 a book, so it's not like I'm
oh wow
getting rich off of these, but I'm loving it. It's one of the happiest things that I'm doing that I'm really having fun with. So,
nice.
And I appreciate all of the support for anyone who wants to get their book. And believe me, I just want to also say to Andrew Fremder out there, who I love, with Tony in the car or not, my car's still going to smell like rusty fart.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
All right, well, safe trip, and looking forward to hearing all about it.
Yeah, and give my best to John DiResta when you see him.
He's knocking on the door right now.
Ah, excellent. All right, cool, man. Well, go get the door, and give him. Tell him I said what's up.
Will do, man. I appreciate the call.
You got it, brother.
See you, brother.
Right. Peace.
Don Sill checking in. All right, let me go get John DiResta. Be right back.
Someone's at the door, 10 to 4. Now who can it be? Awakened by the sound from the ground. Southampton, it's me. It's me. Siri, how'd you do what you want? At this hour, can't you see it's late? I'm in bed. I know why you're giggling at the things I'm telling you. Yeah. Stumbling through my dawn at the club. You walk like a queen. Now your jumper's back to front and earlier on your tights had a seam. You're drunk enough for 10, then again. Who doesn't sit down in a chair? Not the bed. You mustn't stop giggling at the things I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. Siri, so the Siri, this is the Mozart on her bike. Can talk religion if you like, and I keep singing. Oh, but my Siri, she doesn't care for Let It Be. She says it's me she comes to see. I'll meet you at your place, Siri said, on Saturday night. The writing's on the wall, don't be late, and don't get uptight. Sure as hell is hot, there she was, there's Siri, waiting by the gate on a bike to tell me I'm everything you wanted, sober too. Woo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the man has arrived.
Okay.
John DiResta is
Thank
here.
you, Tony.
Nice to see you, pal.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to be back, Long Island.
I'm going to get right into this, John.
Go right ahead.
Do you?
I'm not gay.
Oh, all right. Never. I'm leaving. Do you not remember me?
I remember you from the last time we did the podcast.
He walked. John didn't know where he was going. He forgot my name. I'm like, what the?
No, because I had you confused with the other guy that looks like me.
Oh, Don?
Yeah.
Don, actually, he just called. We had him live on the air on the phone, and he asked me to say hi, and he's upset that he couldn't be here.
No, dude, I do remember you, but however we were communicating via Instagram,
yes,
I just was thinking of the other dude.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm getting at. I was thinking of the other guy, and when it comes to the two governors' back doors, I always go. Usually, I'm here when the club is open, so I go through the kitchen,
right?
And I'm banging away at the kitchen, and then I remembered something about another door.
Right.
So that's when I came. And when I came walking around to this door, I thought that you had gone to the kitchen door.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
okay.
I thought we were doing like an Abbott and Costello type of thing.
But
no, I'm here.
I'm not in that good here. I only have access to this hallway.
Okay.
And that's it. And then anytime I try to go anywhere else, alarm goes off, and then I get in trouble.
And this is how crazy this world is. I was 3,000 miles away only a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm still not exactly sure who goes on before me tonight.
Oh.
You know, at my show.
Yeah.
And your picture somewhere, I don't know if it was Gov's radio, but your picture came up, and I said, oh, he's on. Oh. And I was happy. So yes, I do remember you. I thought you might have been, but now I think it's Carla Okerson and one other comedian, and I thought you might have been the third comedian.
I would love it if I was, but
okay.
If it is, they didn't tell me.
Okay. Well, do you do stand-up?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Got it. All right.
I don't do it well, but I do it. I do it. I'm doing a show next month here with Mark Riccadonna and Don Jameson. So I'm
Jameson I like. Don Jameson's a heavy metal fan.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, well, he hosted that metal show.
Yeah, I love that metal show.
How come they should have put you on there?
I don't know, but I absolutely love heavy metal, and I love that metal show.
Yeah, me too.
And I love Don Jameson, that he's a metal fan. And Florentine's a metal fan.
Florentine's been in here a couple of times.
Okay, Florentine's a metal fan, and
He's
you know
awesome.
who else is?
No.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, okay.
And what's that guy's name? He's weird, tall-looking Potion. He was on TV for a while.
Tall-looking Potion?
No, his last name is Poshin. He's a comedian. I thought he was semi-famous, but he's a metal fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have to listen to heavy metal every day, but I have to listen to Ronnie James Dio every 7 hours, like a heroin addict.
Well, that's a good voice to listen to every 7 hours. Why? Oh, wow.
I'm a metal fan.
Yeah,
Ozzy,
that I knew.
Ozzy or Dio for you. Ozzy or Dio.
I like Dio's voice better.
Right.
But I think I like the Sabbath with Ozzy better.
Okay, because I do the survey worldwide to people that don't speak English. I do it to big audiences.
Yeah.
Ozzy or Dio, and 80% of people go Ozzy. The other 20% go Dio. Because they don't want to offend the Ozzy fans. It's really weird. It's a really weird dynamic.
Yeah, but Sabbath fan, like, you take Van Halen fans, like, they're almost ready to go to fisticuffs over Sam and Dave.
Right.
But Sabbath fans, they welcome the whole thing.
Yeah, right. Well, watch this. Every now and then on my Facebook, there'll be an Ozzy or a Dio. Mm-hmm. And like you said, we all are accepting.
Yeah.
And then there's 1 out of 100 that just goes, Black Sabbath is with Ozzy, period.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
even after Dio, Sabbath put out some
listen,
shit.
I've been listening to. Have you ever listened to any Tony Martin Black Sabbath?
Unfortunately,
no. I didn't. I just found a song called "Evil Eyes."
Yeah.
You should. I don't know if you could play it. It's fantastic. Believe it or not, it's not that bad.
Evil. If I'm not mistaken, I think Eddie Van Halen, because I'm a big Van Halen guy.
Yeah, so am I.
Eddie Van Halen, I think, had something to do with that song. Like an uncredited
guitar
or uncredited
Dude,
writing.
This is heavy
something.
metal stuff.
Oh yeah, I
because watch this.
The
The solos in Evil Eyes are off the hook.
Really?
So it might be Eddie Van Halen on there. You know who I just hit up, dude?
No.
For a date?
For a date?
Valerie Bertinelli.
Did you? And did she?
Well, no,
respond?
she didn't respond. But watch this, because I'm single. I'm 60 years old.
Right.
And I figured, you know what? Let me try the upper echelon. So J-Lo single, Sandra Bullock, who I did 2 movies with. I reached out to her. I reached out to Valerie Bertinelli. And at the end of the day, if no one's available, Dylan Mulvaney, I'm going to try.
I don't know who that.
That was
is.
the he/she with Bud Light. It's a joke.
Oh, sorry.
No, because that's what I want in a woman. No breasts, no vagina, no ass, and a penis.
And drinking Bud.
Yeah, and free Bud Light.
Tony Iommi confirms existence of recorded version of Black Sabbath's Evil Eye featuring Eddie Van Halen.
Is it the one that made it to...
I don't know. Let's see. During the conversation, there is, so I think it's a different one. Of course, he was telling this to Eddie Trunk. Eddie,
watch this. Can we just find the version on YouTube?
That's a good question. I don't know.
The version I just discovered this week. That's the one thing about Black Sabbath and Ozzy and Dio. There's music out there that you could just keep finding. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You could just keep finding fresh songs.
And it's the same with the Beatles too. Like those guys made music for I think 7 years total, and there's still
there's stuff coming
endless stuff. Yeah,
okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know what's coming out now? 2 things. What's coming out now is the versions that weren't put out.
Right.
You know, the clinical version or the uncut version
right.
And now there's AI. Like there's Ozzy singing Dio songs. Have you heard
really?
that?
No, I
And
have
there's
not.
Dio singing Ozzy songs.
Oh, wow.
But they're AI computer generated,
Right.
but they're pretty close.
It is interesting to listen to that stuff. I'm not a big fan of that, but out of curiosity, I do go into that rabbit hole and check that stuff out.
Okay, Sam or Dave?
I'm a Sam guy.
Yeah.
But same thing. Those songs, though, with Dave are fantastic. But Dave is just so freaking annoying.
I'm a Sam guy, too. And I love Sammy Hagar.
I've had the pleasure of meeting him twice.
Oh, no shit.
Super, super nice guy.
Yeah.
Now, and I think out of all those girls you just listed, I think Valerie Bertinelli is still my favorite out of all those.
She's older than me.
So what?
Yeah.
She's got money and she still looks good, man. Well, if that doesn't entice her, I don't know what will.
I got an Eddie Van Halen story no one could ever tell you.
Okay.
I dropped my son off, and he was with 2 or 3, and at the time they all had a guitar with them.
Okay.
You know, they were like a semi, like a, not even a band, but they all played guitar. They were all about 16 years old.
Nice.
And I dropped them off, the 3 of them. All 3 had a guitar on their shoulder. I dropped them off in a parking lot of a bank in Studio City.
Okay.
And this bank parking lot, if you don't want to wait at the light, you cut through it. You know, you make a right
I got
and
you.
left.
Right.
And here comes Eddie Van Halen in a convertible Mercedes.
Oh, wow.
And he almost runs over my son and his 2 friends. Like, literally, they had to jump out of the way.
Oh, wow.
And then we all noticed that it was Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
And he saw that they all had guitars on their back and didn't want them to bust his balls. So he drove twice as fast. So he almost ran them over, and then didn't even like they. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have slowed down and said, "Hey,
sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm Eddie Van Halen." Even if he
Right.
just stopped and yelled at them and said hello, but he noticed the guitars and sped up twice as quick. Like he didn't want his day to just be bogged down or something. I don't know what he was thinking. But dude, as he went past me, he had the wild look in his eyes. I think he was drunk or high.
What could be another reason why he sped up? Like, let me get out of here before they call the cops and I'm in trouble.
Yeah, that's the only time. And I've seen Van Halen live with David Lee Roth in Madison Square Garden, and then I saw him with Sammy Hagar twice.
Yeah.
So
great shows though.
Yeah.
Either way, I saw them many times with Sammy. Saw them with Dave. Saw them with Gary Sharon. I thought even Gary Sharon did a nice job. I met Eddie Van Halen once at backstage at Jones Beach, and I've told this story a million times, so forgive me. I'm backstage at Jones Beach. I met Alex first. Super, super nice guy. I'll never forget it. I'm talking to him, and this girl I know, she's a bartender, and smoking. This girl used to make so much money at the bar because she used to lift up her shirt.
Nice.
And, of course, all of us, the drunk idiots are throwing money down. Where she came from, I have no idea, but she comes out of nowhere. I was like, what are you doing? And she looks at me, what are you doing here? She's decked out, I mean, like almost like the 80s hair metal videos.
Right.
Like she's completely decked out. And Alex Van Halen had a neck brace.
Yeah, he had that on for a long time.
Right. So I was asking him about it, nerve damage or whatever he had. And she just jumped right in. She goes, Alex, if you need somebody to rub your neck for you, you let me know.
Nice.
He looks at me, gives me like this weird look, and he just walked away. And I yelled at her. I said, I'm talking to Alex Van Halen. You chase him away. So anyway, during the show, this was their last tour before they reunited with Sammy's. This is 95, I think, 96. And I'd seen the show a few times, so it's Sammy's acoustic number. I'm like, all right, this is bathroom time.
Yeah.
So I'm walking, and I'm still backstage, even watching the show. So I'm walking to go to the bathroom, and I get to this one spot, and there's Eddie, and there's an older fella sitting on a bench. And I'm looking, I don't see anybody else.
Right.
And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm 25 years old. I'm an idiot. I'm still an idiot. But I don't even know why I had it. I had a picture of one of his guitars in my pocket. I pull it out. I'm like, can you sign this? And you see him, too. He's like looking around, like thinking, where does this kid come from? And he goes, you got to get the fuck out of here. Like that.
Oh, Eddie Van Halen said that?
Yeah.
Was he nasty or was he joking around?
No, I wouldn't say he was nasty, but he was serious.
Right.
I mean, and I don't blame him. Looking back on it,
Right.
He's in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Like, it was stupid. But I'm almost like a cartoon at that point. I say it out loud to nobody. I just go, Eddie Van Halen just cursed at me.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that.
funny. That's funny.
As soon as I said that, though, then all of a sudden, from all directions, here comes security. I thought I was dead. I just put my hands up. I go, no problem, fellas, no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
And I ran out of it. They let me go. But then the encore for that show, they do the old classic Mississippi Queen.
Right.
The band was Mountain. The guy who wrote it and sang it was Leslie West. He's a Long Islander.
Dude, he lived in the 5 towns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's who the old man was that was sitting on this bench when I was
Jesus
talking to Eddie Van.
Christ.
I had no idea.
Right. So you interrupted. He might have been sitting with his idol.
Exactly. It's It's me, Eddie Van Halen, and Leslie West. like that's like a
Which
dream.
one doesn't count?
Exactly. Which one doesn't belong?
You know who did that to me once? The first time I ever saw Jackie the Joke Man in a comedy club.
Really?
You know, I saw him on stage here a few times, but I saw him speaking to another comedian off stage at Caroline's.
Okay.
And I didn't even see Jackie the Joke Man. I saw Howard Stern. Like I saw the closest I'm ever going to be to Howard Stern. And I completely interrupted what he was doing. And he even said, dude, he said, I'm in the middle, I'll answer your question, just like I was really aggressive.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, he's being rude to me. And then I go, no, he's not being rude. I was rude to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. And then did they talk to you after?
Yeah. And now, watch this. What a crazy small world. My sister owns a jewelry store in Seacliff.
Oh, okay.
And who comes into the jewelry store? Jackie the Joke Man, and asks, how's John doing out in L.A.? Like he actually,
nice.
Like that. There's a little weird connection that he knows who I am.
Right.
So
Jackie actually, he comes in here regularly.
Yeah.
He, I think he likes people to think that he's a scumbag or a tough guy, but he's not. He's a sweetheart.
No, and watch this. In a crazy twist of fate, the first thing I ever did as wanting to be a comedian, because I always knew I wanted to be a comedian, but I had living room balls.
Yeah,
you know what that is?
sure.
Funny in the living room,
Yep,
right?
front
We
of the
all had
mirror.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Or at the dinner table.
but island ear in the back, a little 1 inch by 1 inch in the classifieds.
Yep, there was like
looking
3 or
for
4
a comedy
pages.
writer.
Yeah.
And I was 16 years old, and I wrote a letter to Jackie the Joke Man to be his comedy writer, and I never heard from him again. But
that's
but
funny.
I did write a letter, so that's the first time I ever saw or heard of him.
Which is a great idea because that's kind of how he got started, just kind of putting himself out there in any way he could.
Dude, the way Black Sabbath got together and the way Metallica got together, these are just like a post on a wall.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yep.
I think Ozzy put up a thing in a music store that said, Zig, I think for some reason he said, Zig, looking for gig, have a PA. Do you know this?
No, I didn't know that.
Ozzy put up a thing in a music store that said, Zig, looking for gig, have a PA. Or have a mic. He has a mic.
Right.
And Tony Iommi, and I think it was either Tony and Geezer or one of the two.
Yeah.
But they read and they said, "Oh my God, that guy's got a microphone. Let's find him."
Right.
And on the way they walked to the house, Tony Iommi said, "I only know one Aussie. I hope it's not this guy. He's a wigger. He's like a wigged out or whatever they would call it.
Yeah.
The word they use." And he said when he opened the door, it was that Ozzy. And he said the first thing he did was roll his eyes like,
I bet, yeah.
like we made a mistake. And then Metallica was the same thing. I think
Right.
James Hetfield or the drummer put an ad that said just looking for someone to jam to Motorhead. And that's how Metallica started.
Wow.
So it's crazy how these little things, like you said,
Yeah.
Jackie the Joke Man putting that ad in. And I know he might be listening, but I would have never, ever left Howard Stern. Ever. Because I know how tough it is to make money in show business. And that 25, 30 grand a week, whatever I had a sitcom, I did some movies.
Right.
That goes away quick.
Yeah.
And especially if you're spending money that way, it goes away
Yep.
quick.
And especially in his case, he's used to it because he had it for 18
year in
years.
and
or
year
whatever.
out.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah. But did you see his documentary?
I did not.
It's fantastic.
Oh, good. I
And
heard
it's-
it was funny.
It's only an hour and 15 minutes,
Okay.
so it's a quick watch, but you kind of get a little bit of an understanding because you can't put a price tag on your mental health. I mean they abused that.
Is that what it's about? Because
Yeah,
you know why I laugh? You're a Stern fan.
Yeah.
I met John Melendez
Okay.
about, had to be 15, 18 years ago at a comedy club in L.A., and I kind of said the same. I was like, how could you ever leave Howard Stern? But we don't work there, and we don't know that it's just a
Exactly.
job to them.
Right.
Right. We think it's the greatest thing. And Stutter and John said, yeah, I'm going to go to a job where I get abused every minute of every day.
Right.
And I'm like, I thought that was just a shtick, but it looked like it really got to him.
And that's pretty much what Jackie.
And then also Jackie has the little I've heard about it is he was like, hey, everyone's starting to make bigger money, and I'm part of the bigger. I'm part of what's. You know what I mean? He might have had a. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. I think Jackie was such. Probably out of all that group of guys, I think Jackie was the most important one. I mean, he was the one writing
My
their
most
stuff.
favorite thing on earth was getting up early in the morning to wherever I was going, and Howard Stern was either busting on Jackie, coming in late, or being hungover, or how he spends his money, or how he had his toenails removed, if you remember that, in the Penny Saver, but the cuticles still grow.
I forgot all about
Or Howard Stern busting balls on Imus. To me, those are the two. Howard Stern busting balls on Imus is probably the reason I became a comedian.
Especially when Imus would just have enough and I would actually call, and the two of them would just fight.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Oh,
I'm talking more like K-Rock days where he's just doing the imitation.
Yes.
You're talking about actual arguments on ABC?
No. He was on K-Rock already, and he would still be bad-mouthing those guys. And I don't know how many. I think maybe a handful of times, if that. But Imus would call, and they'd end up fighting with each other.
I was just talking when he would imitate him.
Oh, yeah. Everything involving that was great. And it's funny you say that. I got Rob Bartlett's coming in here on Monday. And
wow.
Bartlett was a part of Imus' show for many, many years.
I-Man.
Yeah, right. And he seemed like a miserable bastard, too, Imus.
He was... you want to hear an Imus story that no one will ever tell you?
Okay.
My dad listened to Imus a lot when we were kids. My dad used to, like the way I am with Stern, my dad was, you got to listen to this. You know, I'm 5 years old, and Imus is saying the N-word. You know what I mean? Right. And... wah, wah. I don't even know what that was. A frog or something?
I have no idea.
My brother Joey went on a Clash trip from Woodmere. Where did I go? Franklin Elementary is where I went in Woodmere or Hewlett.
Right.
Went on a Clash trip to WNBC when he was like 10 years old.
Okay.
And they're in the radio station, and somehow my brother gets divided from everybody, and he's looking through a glass window at Imus in his studio.
Oh, wow.
The real Imus.
Yeah.
Imus walks over to the window. My brother goes, look at this. He's going to come and say hello to me.
Yeah.
I'm on a Clash trip.
Yeah.
Don Imus walks over, looks at my brother in the eyes, and just turns the Venetian blinds. And me and Imus have the same birthday.
Oh, yeah?
July 23rd is Don Imus, Woody Harrelson, Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Nice.
And Monica Lewinsky.
Oh.
That's one gangbang I don't want to miss. Right?
Slash, bring the guitar. I share a birthday with Jay Leno and Saddam Hussein.
That's almost as funny as that's a gangbang I don't want to miss.
Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah, my friend, put two fingers in my muffler. What day is that?
April 28th.
Oh, okay, because my dad is December 3rd.
Oh,
same day as Ozzy.
Oh, wow.
Ozzy was born. Do you know Ozzy's real first name?
I want to say Robert.
John.
No, I was close.
December 3rd.
Wow, very nice.
John Osborne.
Did you see this just like a month ago, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction?
I did not.
Oh,
you know why
fantastic.
I didn't watch it? I thought, now correct me if I'm wrong, about 5 years ago, Black Sabbath and Ozzy were put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like 5 years ago.
Well, Ozzy not as a solo, just with Sabbath.
I thought that night it was Ozzy Black Sabbath. I thought that night. But you're saying he was now inducted on his own.
On his own this year.
I did not watch it. I just somehow I wanted to watch it when I was like on pot, alone. You know what I mean? Like the few times it's come up on my phone, I said not right now. So
I'm not high enough?
Yeah, that's funny. Who inducted them?
Well,
him.
Jack Black did the actual induction.
Okay.
But then the band, which is what was awesome, Wolfgang Van Halen starts off.
Oh, okay.
And what song did he play?
My Stepson.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
imagine that.
Right.
What are your intentions with my mother?
And then Zach Wilde came out and played. And then they ended with Mama, I'm Coming Home, Billy Idol. And he killed it. Did
Ozzy sing it all?
No.
Did he come out?
He came out and he yelled the intro for Crazy Train. So that's what it was. Wolfgang started.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else was singing, somebody who I didn't recognize.
Did he do a speech?
He did a very quick speech.
Because he's that mentally incapacitated?
Yeah, he seemed like he's not well. And then even when the band started playing, they just gave him a chair right there on the stage, and he just sat there watching.
Sat there. Oh, you go Volt.
Yeah.
Have you heard, I don't know if you want to put it on, have you heard Crack Cocaine, Ozzy's last song?
No.
It's fantastic.
Really?
Oh, dude, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Is it Is it new?
It came out about 3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah, I'll
called
have to
Crack
look for-
Cocaine.
Really?
And Ozzy, your love is like I can't. It's about being. He's so in love with a woman.
Yeah.
It's like crack cocaine. It's fantastic, dude.
Yeah,
So
well-
I don't know how they spice him up in the studio.
Yeah,
that might
this-
be AI too.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably a lot of AI.
Could you
and-
imagine that he just keeps doing albums for the next 30 years?
Well, and speaking of comedy, what was that earlier this year? Somebody did some AI shit, and they released an hour-long George Carlin special.
I heard something. I didn't watch it, but I heard about it. I heard about
I
it.
watched the first 5 minutes. It was too weird. It wasn't that
Was just
good.
his voice,
but
or was it a cartoon?
It was a cartoon.
Oh, it was.
All
With a
brand new
weird-
jokes.
Okay.
But the voice was,
Yeah,
they
close.
nailed it. And apparently his daughter was suing whoever
Yeah.
made it.
I read about that in L.A. I
Yeah.
did read about that.
I don't know whatever
I saw
came of
George
it.
Carlin live. Did you?
No, I never did.
I saw him. Watch this. I saw him. We all ate mescaline because it made you laugh a lot. Remember, mescaline made you laugh. And we went to Queens College to the gymnasium.
Okay.
But it was like August of 82 or 83, and the air conditioning was broke.
Oh.
So you had like 500 people sitting in bleachers with George Carlin under a basketball net on a big green wooden stage made out of plywood. Right. And all anyone could think about was that it was 110 degrees.
Except for you guys, because you're laughing.
So it just wasn't the best place to see him.
Right, right.
And I don't remember not one single thing about the night other than it was hot and it didn't knock my socks off.
Really?
Like I saw Rodney. I saw Rodney at
yeah.
Jones Beach.
Nice.
And I was like, this is before I knew a lot about stand-up.
Okay.
And I was like, these are all the jokes I got on the last 5 albums. I
Yes.
could do this thing word for word.
Right.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah. What was it? I think the last 20 or 30 years, he didn't change a thing. I saw him at Westbury Music Fair. It was him and Bob Nelson. What a show.
You know who I saw at Westbury, and it was one of the worst shows I ever saw, is the only time I saw Sam Kinison live. Were you there for that one?
I don't
He
think
was
so.
drunk out of his mind.
Well, yeah.
And it wind up, I got bigger laughs because I was heckling. I'm the wannabe comedian.
Right.
And he's not giving us our money's worth. He's drunk. His stomach is hanging out. His shirt was unbuttoned.
Yeah.
And he was, who was the girl at the time that he was seeing? Jessica Hahn. Who wants to hear about Jessica Hahn? And everyone's like, nobody. Just tell us jokes.
Right.
And I started heckling him. And I was getting big laughs from the audience.
Nice.
Yeah. But, and then my wife and I, about 10 years ago, we passed right past where he was killed.
Oh, wow.
He was killed going to Laughlin
Right.
on Needles Parkway.
Yeah.
And there's no sign, there's no cross, there's no flowers.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no nothing. Like you think there'd be,
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't remember now off the top of my head, but I remember he said something really kind of eerie just before he died.
He said, I don't want to go yet.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it was exactly what he said to his brother. Well, he said it to the angels, and the brother
Right.
heard him say it.
Right.
I don't want to go yet.
Oh, man.
Creepy stuff.
That is.
And he was
yeah.
married 6 days.
Yes. And straightened up if I.
Yeah, straightened up,
Supposedly,
ready to do
right.
like a talk show or something. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
What a
sad, man.
horrible thing.
And he was.
And it was a little 2-lane highway.
Right.
And it had a fall off. Like if you went to go around somebody, you fell off.
Right, right.
So one car was passing another and hit him head on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's awful. Sad. Wow.
He killed it on Stern. Remember those days on Stern?
Oh, yeah, man. He was huge. And I remember Back to School with Rodney. That's
Yeah, he
kind of
was-
what made it kind of blew him over the top, man. Crazy.
Extremely funny dude.
Oh, yeah. It's a shame.
And I read the book a few times. You know
Yeah.
the book?
Yes.
Brother Sam.
Yeah,
Written by the brother.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't read it, but I'm familiar with
Yeah.
it. And speaking of Carlin, I had Joey Cola comes in here sometimes. Joey Cola once played me a voicemail. The manager that he had, I don't know, whoever it was, 30-something years ago, he was performing somewhere, and Carlin happened to show up and saw it. So then Carlin leaves a voicemail with Joey Cola's manager, and Joey played it.
No.
And of course, you don't blame him. Of course, he saved it.
Yeah, of course.
This is George Carlin. I'm just wondering if you can send me some videotapes of this guy Joey Cola. I really love his stuff.
Oh, wow.
I'm not looking to steal. I'm not. I just as a fan.
Right.
This isn't business related to anything.
Right.
I'm just a fan. I love to see more of his stuff. And he played it, and you can tell it's him, but it's not it's not on stage.
Yeah,
Carlin.
right.
He sounded like a
watch
normal
this.
guy.
It's funny that you and I are the only two people in the history of the world that are going to have a phone message George Carlin story.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So I was New York's funniest cop. I was voted
Right.
New York's funniest
Yes.
cop. And Joe Badalamenti, who's a very funny comedian and New York City cop that worked in Central Park, he went to go see George Carlin. He was
Okay.
also a stand-up at the time.
Right.
Him and I, we met at the contest, and we've been friends. He went to go see George Carlin somewhere like in Harriman, Monroe, somewhere in 914, like at a theater.
Okay.
And since he was a cop, he got backstage. And this is like 92.
Right.
And he gave George Carlin a set on VHS tape.
Okay.
And he said, if you get a chance, no problem, comedian, cop, give you your respect. And the next day, Badalamenti got a call from
The
George
next
Carlin.
day?
The next day.
Wow.
Hey, Joe, he wasn't home. Hey, Joe, it's George Carlin. Great tape, a lot of funny premises, great punch, but you're mugging the punchlines. You're mugging them.
What does that mean?
I think it means you jump into them too quick.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
only way I could think as a comedian, you know, the
Right.
tactic-wise.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, I'll give you an example. This is a joke I've been doing the last couple of months, and I'll do tonight. I just totally, completely realized that I got shot in the movie Miss Congeniality 2.
Right.
My character gets shot in the chest with a shotgun.
Right.
My character has a bulletproof vest, so I have to act. You can imagine what it's like to have to act what it's like. And no one tells you how to do that. So I got shot in Miss Congeniality 2 for Sandra Bullock. I took a bullet. Then in the movie 15 Minutes with Robert De Niro, my character gets shot in the shoulder. And this one is a blood bag and all that, you know. And so it hit me. I've gotten shot for Sandra Bullock, I got shot. For Robert De Niro, I got shot. I'm
Good company.
I'm just glad I haven't done a movie with Alec Baldwin. So that's the way I present that joke. Hold on. I thought that was my phone. But I think what George Carlin meant was, let's just say, yeah, I got shot for Miss Sandra. I got shot. Thank God I didn't do a movie with Alec Baldwin.
Right.
As
Right.
compared to watch, I've tried to add this to that little bit. I mean, I got shot for Sandra Bullock. You know, come to think of it, I'm glad I never did a movie with Alec Baldwin. You see what I'm not
Yes.
mugging the punchline.
Right.
I'll give you another example. I used to do a bit that my wife and I made our own porno movie.
Okay.
We did, and it was nasty. It didn't look like a real porno. You know what I mean? You know, I was fat, she was fat. The lighting's bad. It kind of it looked. Can I say F?
Yes.
It looked like a volunteer fireman fucking a lunch lady. I gotta write that down.
That's a good one.
I gotta write that down. Oh man, where's my piece of paper? Do you have a piece of paper?
Yeah, I do.
Man,
Do you-
I thought I brought one in.
Did you really just make that up?
No. That's what
Oh.
I'm getting at. I'm going to give you a little lesson.
Oh.
I haven't done that
Paper?
joke in years,
Pen.
right? Because I'm not married anymore, so I don't do that much marriage stuff. But it's
Right.
worthy. Volunteer fireman. I'm not going to be able to read this later. I'm going to have to text you. So watch this. Over the years, I would say, I'm going to show you how funny I am. Okay. I mean, my wife and I did a homemade erotic video, and it looked like a volunteer fireman fucking a lunch lady. And sometimes it was just too harsh. It was like a fastball.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's like they hear the word fuck, and I'm making fun of my wife, and you know what I mean? And,
Yep.
and I have the New York accent. I sound like a racist. But I have a comedy coach who's also an acting coach. He said, lay off it.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a second thought. Make it
I
like you
see.
couldn't. I had no other way. You know what it looked like?
Right.
I mean, it looked like a volunteer fireman fucking
Yes.
a lunch lady. In other words, I'm not throwing it down their throat.
Right.
You know, come to think of it, I'm glad I never did a movie with Alec Baldwin.
Right.
And here's another thing that I do, and I don't want to. I don't know if you know, my wife passed away.
Yes.
So my wife passed away
We
3
talked
years
about
ago.
that last
okay.
time, yeah.
So a joke I've been doing, I'll talk about it, and then to switch the subject. You know, let's get back to the funny a little
Right.
bit.
Sure.
I go, she's in a better place. And it gets really quiet. And then I go, then again, so am I.
Oh.
But that joke is easier to deliver if it looks like it's a little, like I sell it as an afterthought.
Right.
As compared to she's in a better place. Then again, so am I.
Yes.
I fuck everything that moves.
Right.
That's so to make a long comedy story short, if Joey Cola hears this, I think that's what George Carlin was saying.
Yes.
That you're mugging the punchlines. You're
Yeah.
too aggressive with them.
I've been doing dinner theater, audience interactive dinner theater for almost
Right,
30
so you
years.
know, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the same thing. Like
Yeah.
you come up with an ad lib as you're interacting with the audience, and it works. So now you store it
Yeah.
for next time, but you sell it like you just
You
thought of it.
sell it like you just thought
and
of
they
it.
buy it every time, and they're like, "Oh my god, this!" And then that's the stuff they remember the next day was their personal interactions. Oh, this guy came up with something with me so quick; it was so great. Meanwhile, I've been saying it for 20
watch
years.
this. I'll give you something about it. Let's call it a fake afterthought. I travel the world, especially in LA, a lot. I go, look, if you're curious about the way I talk, I'm not retarded. I'm from Long Island.
That's great.
And 1 out of 10 shows, someone in the back will yell, same thing.
Oh, that's funny.
So now, when I go, look, I'm not retarded. I'm from Long Island. I'm almost anticipating somebody yelling same thing, and then I have a funny retort that they
Right.
don't know that I'm.
Right.
Here's another crazy thing. When I go, look, the reason you don't recognize me in Miss Congeniality or because I weigh 255 pounds. Today I 175. I lost 80 pounds. Everyone always claps.
Right.
And while they're clapping, I go, I'm on Ozempic. And it gets a really funny, weird, like, oh, you're cheating. Oh, you
Right.
fucking asshole.
Right.
But I would have never learned that by, I don't know, how often are you doing sets?
Not as often as I want to. but
Okay.
yeah.
I'm
Not
every
that
night.
often. Yeah,
I'm
of
7
course.
nights a week. I'm
Right.
just saying.
That's
so,
why you are who
so
you
if you
are.
do this 7 nights a week, you find all these little funny, lately, I don't know if you know, when I get a big laugh, like I'm lucky I'm not in a movie with Alec Baldwin, and while they're laughing, I do this.
Right.
So what I'm doing is letting the laughs roll, and I add this little weird, stupid thing, and I really like to comb my hair. You know, what I mean? It's like I'm addicted to it. Lately, only in the last 2 weeks, if a joke is going to, as soon as I hit the joke, if I know it's going to hit, I go like this. I'll hold. All I
That's
added
good.
was I'll hold. And
Right.
dude, now every time a joke hits, guess what's happening? Like 5 or 7 people are yelling, I'll hold. Like
Yep.
they're with it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So, but these are the only things you can learn by like every single night.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's like Kevin Downey Jr. He'll grab his little glass. He'll just yell,
Sip.
sip.
Yeah.
And people
Yeah,
remember
people
those
catch
bits.
on to that. People catch on to that.
And even if they don't remember your name, who's the guy with the comb? You know,
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
the guy that yells sip? Like they remember that stuff.
And watch this. I again, I'm just a character actor in Miss Congeniality, and there's been, there's people. I could see a whole audience. If I say I'm in Miss Congeniality, I could see 500 wives lean over to the husbands and go, "I saw Miss Congeniality. This guy is not in Miss Congeniality."
Right.
So I have to convince them, but just yesterday I was at my hardware store, and there's a Mexican guy named Edgar. He goes, "Hey, dog, I saw you. Your name." Miss Congeniality, your name floated by the title. He goes, I said to my wife, he's in Miss Congeniality, he's my friend. And then you're not in the movie. He didn't even recognize my voice. And I was so fat that he didn't even know that guy that had the couple of funny lines was me.
You know, it's funny you say that, and I swear to you, this is true. I was watching.
15 minutes?
No, I was watching clips from the sitcom.
Okay.
And I watched stand. You were doing stand, but I don't remember where it was. But it's professionally shot, so it was on. It must have been some kind of TV
Club or
HBO thing, and you curse in it. So that's why I was thinking HBO. But your voice, well, I mean, it's 30 years ago too, but your voice did sound a little different to me.
See, I didn't know that. But I guess everyone's voice. Like
That's what I'm
now
saying.
that watch
All
this.
these years.
Now that I'm single, I was married for 32 years.
Yeah.
I was with her for 2 more, so 34 years. So now that I'm single, I'll call every now and then. I get in touch with an old girlfriend, Facebook. You know what I mean? They think I'm famous. I live in L.A.
Right.
And you're like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I saw you in Miss Congenialities. And this is a woman, because she's from, Huntington, India. I give you 10,000 above asking. Is it Huntington that turned Indian?
Hicksville.
Oh, it's Hicksville. I got to write that down.
Yeah.
That's the second time today.
Yeah, you got the H. But, yeah, I mean... maybe
What
a
about
little bit
Levittown being called the White Harlem? Am I the only guy that you ever heard that from, or did you hear that growing up?
No, I have not heard that. It
My
makes
dad
sense
always
to me.
called it the White Harlem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just
that kinda
curious
makes
if that
sense.
was a regular Long Island joke.
No, not at all. And these will go over very well tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tomorrow, so be sure to get here. Govs.com. Come down and see John. You will not be disappointed. It's always great when you're here. And speaking of the sitcom, I personally think that because everything's a Netflix documentary or Amazon documentary. Have you ever thought about making a documentary about? Because it's, I'm just going by your words. Seeing you, I think we even talked about it when you were here last. You want to?
My spectrum is late. That's okay.
Because it was a failed sitcom and you were miserable doing it.
Well, not only was it a failed sitcom, I went completely broke in Hollywood. I went from being in movies with Robert De Niro, Sandra Bullock, The Tonight Show. I sat down with Jay Leno.
Right.
I had a sitcom. I had a huge TV deal, which I had to give away a lot of the money because I signed a bad deal with somebody else. So just the comeback from being completely broke, the comeback from my wife passing away. I do represent hope on a few levels. I got out of a civil service job. You know what I mean? I was only 8 years away from my pension. Let me tell you something funny.
And you would have been at 9/11.
It saved me from 9/11. Right. It saved me from 9/11. And on the day I was supposed to retire from the cops, 2006, July 15th, I declared bankruptcy.
Oh, gee.
For the second time.
Wow.
So there's been a lot. So no one's approached me and said, "Do you want to do a documentary?" I would say yes in a second.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and
but I'm just talking about being in a sitcom that was almost destined to fail. Because you had no control, you weren't able to write about it.
All black network.
Exactly.
I'm the white cop.
So that's not to say I wouldn't. I would love to see a documentary about your life, but there's a million documentaries like that where I don't.
Well, watch this. You know what?
The
sitcom. It was the lowest rated sitcom in the history of TV during prime time on a network.
Yeah,
it did save me from 9/11, and in a crazy thing, just recently, I kind of study Jerry Seinfeld now.
Sure.
And someone said to Seinfeld, "Had your sitcom failed, and he said, it would have been he said." For it to be blown up so big and for it to fail so bad is a really tough thing.
Yeah,
and that's from Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
And now I've only missed a couple of sets in my whole life, and I missed a set at Gotham about 20 years ago. And I don't know if I told you this.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Chris Mazzilli called and said, "Hey, you missed your set last night." He said, and it would have been funny because you would have been you would follow Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if anyone would have got the joke. I would have said, "Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the guy with the greatest sitcom in the history of the world, and I had the lowest rated sitcom." We didn't, but even he said the failure of a sitcom is a heavy-duty blow.
Sure.
A heavy-duty blow. And it was for me. However, I got into a movie with Robert De Niro.
Right.
A legit movie. I'm not an extra.
Right.
And then I got into a movie with Sandra Bullock with no audition. For a lot of money too. Back then I got now I'd probably get scale.
Right.
Any movie you do now, there's 2 stars that get paid a lot and everyone else gets scale.
Yeah.
So I got very lucky. And then 9/11 hit. And then you couldn't be funny for a year.
Yeah, right.
And it coincided with my wife and I, we spent it, to quote Barry Katz, I don't know if you know, he's a manager in LA, he's like, "You and Fran were living like a black guy with a hit record." And the money ran out, dude. The money ran out. So I've been through a lot. I kind of say I'm a survivor. I have 9 toes.
You have 9 toes?
Yeah, I had a toe amputated.
Well, which one?
The little one on my left foot. I had the tip of my finger amputated. See how this finger is longer? See your middle finger?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this one.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to get sympathy out of me?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God, I love when people get into this, and it never fails. It never fails. These poor bastards that are watching, they've seen me do this so many times. But
no, dude, I didn't know that. I thought I had a big secret that my toe was amputated.
No sympathy
and my
for me.
fingertip.
You're an amateur.
Dude, what happened?
Shark.
No.
Dude.
Come on. Look at this. It's from a moped. And I tell people it's from a shark. Look at that. That's from a moped.
Oh, okay.
And they're funny.
It's a better story. You tell them it's a shark. There is one person in this world that still thinks it's a shark because I usually just end up laughing and I can't get through it. But only once was I able to get through it and say, "Oh yeah, if you Google Long Island man survives shark attack." Yeah, yeah.
What happened?
I'm a cancer survivor.
No shit.
No shit.
Because I had mine from diabetes. And where are you mentioning from the knee down?
No, I'm above knee.
No fucking A.
Yeah.
Dude. Now, when you come out as a comedian, do you bring that up?
Oh, that's pretty much the whole act.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, arm and a leg.
Yeah, all sorts of shit like that. They had me. You know Ben Bailey?
Ben Bailey, I do.
Cash
know Ben.
Cab?
Yeah, sure. I like that guy. He was in the military.
Yes, he was here one night, and I was talking to him because he was a guest in here when we first started 7 years ago, but it was on the phone. So he's here. I go into the green room, and I just wanted. It was the first time I was actually meeting him in person. So I just, you called in on my show when we were first starting. I just wanted to say thanks. I don't know if you remember. So we just got to talking, and he starts telling me that there was no host for this particular night, which honestly I was never even like. It's rare that you even see anything like that. Right. So I was like, why? He said, I don't know. There was some miscommunication. For some reason, they thought I didn't want a host. He goes, can you get me a host? You work here. Can you get me a host? I'm like, all right. There's usually a comedian hanging out at the bar. So I go up front, and James, James who runs the club, he wasn't here yet, but his wife was here. So I just happened to mention to her what's going on. I said, Ben wants a host tonight. She's all right. So she gets James on the phone. She puts the phone down. James said, go ahead and do it. I was like, whoa. I said, I wasn't asking for, I wasn't really dressed. And she just looks at me. She goes, you want to do it or not? And I'm like, I can't turn that down. So I go out there, and this is 10 minutes before showtime. So I'm panicking. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I go out there, and all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a great night. Start stretching, get ready, stretch, and now flip. And then, the whole place. And that's how I started off. And I was like, and I knew I had them. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And it was all one-legged jokes for 7 minutes. And
how long has this been?
This coming August will be 20 years.
Wow.
Cancer-free since 2003. So I'm 21 years cancer-free, but the amputation came, a few years later.
Oh, yeah, dude. I had my toe. I had the fingertip. And I don't know if you know I do a whole shtick about having no ass.
Yes.
And yes. It's funny. You and I are bonding. On the car ride yesterday to LAX, I pay my son $40 to drive me.
Oh, wow.
And in the car, I said to him, because I do a routine about having no ass for years.
Yep.
And then now it's a legit thing. One of the side effects of Ozempic is your ass is the first to lose weight. So now I say I have no ass because of Ozempic.
Right.
And people believe it. And just in the car ride yesterday, I said to Matt, is it funnier that I have no ass because of Ozempic? Or is it funnier that I have no ass that I lost both ass cheeks to a shark bite? And my son went, Ozempic is at least true.
Was that?
But it's funny that you
sounds?
said no. Yeah. But it's funny you brought up shark bite because I brought that up yesterday about having no ass.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
Sometimes to get sympathy, I'll say I'm a quadruple amputee.
Yeah.
It's the toe, the fingertip, and the two ass cheeks. That I lost them in a motorcycle accident or. But wow, shit! I didn't know that.
That's great.
Are you Social Security disability?
Yes.
Yeah, so am I. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. I didn't know
about
you.
Just because of the toe.
Really?
I got very lucky. You know how sometimes you get denied and all these stories?
Yeah, it never happened to me.
Dude, I sent the stuff in, and only about, I would say, 3 months later, I got a phone call that said, you're approved, where can we send the back paycheck? And it was so matter of fact that I was like, I don't believe this phone call. Is this a scam? What's next?
Hang up.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got it from the toe.
Wow.
Just one little toe. And I have neuropathy.
Oh, okay.
You know what that is?
Yes.
Your feet are numb?
Yes.
You want to know how numb my feet are?
How numb are they?
About a year ago, I had something. I had a growth on my anus.
Okay.
I thought it was a hemorrhoid.
Right.
But it was a zit-like device. And the doctor said, come in tomorrow, but take a hot bath.
Okay.
And I hadn't taken a bath in 20 years.
Right.
I just never do. And there's a bathtub in my house, and I filled it up, and it looked pretty hot. And when I'm filling it up, the only thing I could think of was Hot Water Burn Baby. You remember that? What was that movie called? Idiot Man or Rain Man?
Yes, Rain.
Hot Water Burn Baby, Hot Water Burn Baby. And that's all I'm thinking of. And I go to get in, and I'm like, this looks hot, but I stick both feet in, and I don't feel any.
Oh, okay.
And I never thought of the neuropathy.
Right.
So I'm squatting down, and my balls fucking hit the boiling fucking water, and I'm screaming, hot water burn ball bag. Hot water burn ball bag. Hot water burn ball bag. 10 minutes to Wapner.
Kmart sucks.
What was that?
Kmart sucks.
Was that
That's
what it
another
is?
line, yeah.
So listen, that's how numb my feet are. So maybe I might have got approved because of that. Too.
Yeah, sure.
Kmart sucks is funny.
That's fantastic. Oh, holy shit. Let me go back, though. Why are you paying your son $40? Why?
You're funny. A couple of guys asked me that earlier today. It's just easier. Here's 20 to fix my phone. Here's 20 wash my car. It's just easier.
I do the same.
It's
My
just
son's
easier.
23. I do the same
So
thing.
watch this. From LAX to my home in North Hollywood is $100 no matter how you slice it, whether
Right.
it's cab or whether. So for $40,
Yeah, true. You're
you know,
making
and
out.
I can smoke pot in his car. As we're pulling up to he doesn't mind that his car smells like pot. So no, I pay him for everything. It's part of my shtick.
And he can't get in trouble then. Like, you smoking pot while driving? No, Dad, it's from you when you were in here. Two guys asked you this morning. You were on Roger and JP
Yeah, I was
this
on.
morning?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was
Yeah?
fun. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were a competition.
I don't consider them competition. They consider us competition. And I'll tell you off the air more about that. But it's stuff I can't get into with that.
Yeah, no problem.
But I do like those guys. They've been, Roger especially, he's been on BAB since, I think, the early 80s. He's been around a long time.
One of the things I used to love coming home on a Friday night, this is when I lived in L.A.
Yeah.
If I do Long Island or New York City, I go back to my mother's house in Woodmere and listen to Fingers Metal Show.
Oh,
So
sure.
now I'm done with my show. I'm smoking
Right.
pot. I'm in my mother's
Right.
kitchen with a boombox.
Yep.
So
He just retired
I know.
about a year ago, I guess it was.
got a sexy looking wife on Facebook.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I throw my hot dog down the hallway.
You remember Bob Buckman?
Buckman, I remember
He used
when
to
he
do the
came out
morning
to
shows.
L.A. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he came out to L.A.
Yes, he's still. Yeah,
And you know
still
what I
doing
just
that.
found out from Roger and JP?
He's got a hot wife too, Buckman.
That KLOS in LA, the rock station, is looking for an afternoon guy. And I'm around and I'm available. And they go, it only pays $70,000 a year. And I went, you know what? Add that to what I make now. I'd be okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and my daughter's in the comedy business.
Oh, no, I didn't
So
know
I'm
that.
going to get her on that the next text.
Okay.
She works at Brillstein Gray.
Oh,
They
very
produce
nice.
Sopranos. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm trying to get her to set me up with Jennifer Aniston.
She's single too.
Jennifer Aniston, Valerie Bertinelli, Sandra Bullock. I put the word out to. Did I tell you this already?
Yes, you did. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm happy to talk about that again.
Yeah.
I'm
And worst
thinking-
comes to worst, Dylan Mulvaney.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I
It
understand
has
that.
no vagina, no tits, no ass, but a penis. I'm progressive.
That's one way to look at it.
Kamala Waltz. Dude, how about that guy, Elmer Fudd? Rabbit season. Did you see them send him out in that orange jacket and shotgun?
Yes,
and
I
he didn't
did.
know how to load a shotgun? Do you know the most basic man that has a penis and balls? A 12-year-old boy knows when you crack open a shotgun to put the skinny part of the bullet in first.
I think it's like just automatically
It's
ingrained in us.
automatic.
Yeah.
As a man. And he didn't know how to do that. Do you know that?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
And she bought Doritos at 7-Eleven.
Oh,
Did you
that
see-
I-
yeah,
no,
there
that
was
I
some
didn't
kind of
see.
like, look at me, I'm a regular person.
After
I eat
Donna
Dor-
was serving French fries,
I
that was
know.
her response going to 7-Eleven?
Yeah, dude.
Ugh. Well, yeah, if he didn't know, if he's sticking the fat in first, that just says a lot about his sex life.
Oh,
about
dude,
how
you know
much
he
he's
liked
not
to
getting it.
slide into the tent at baseball camp, too. You heard that one?
No.
Yeah. He'd like to give his young students a snorsage. You know what a snorsage is? Yes. That's mouth sex.
Mouth sex.
I'm just lucky I haven't done a movie with Alec Baldwin.
That'll go over great tonight, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, that's funny stuff. That's tonight and tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow. Do you know what tonight is? Is it 7 or 8?
I want to say 7, but I'll check. I'll check for you right now.
Thanks.
Let's see. John DiResta. 8 p.m. tonight, 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh, tonight's 8 p.m. I get to sleep later.
And then 7 o'clock showtime tomorrow. You're back home by 10 o'clock. That's a nice early night.
Yeah.
Let's see, and it doesn't say who'd say Carla. Is it? But you didn't know.
I
who
think
else?
Carla is the opener, and I don't know who the middle is.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
All right, bro.
So very nice.
Yeah, thank you. A lot of laughs, dude. You're funny.
Right back at you, pal.
Where did you grow up? What town?
I grew up in Hicksville.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Hewlett, Woodmere, Cedarhurst, Valley, Queens.
Well, yeah.
Change at Jamaica.
Yeah, especially with that mall.
What, Green Acres?
Yeah, that was like scary.
Yeah, you remember that?
Unfortunately, yeah.
You don't remember the drive-in. Do you remember the drive-in? You might be too young. How old are you?
I am 54.
Okay, Valley Stream had the drive-in theater.
I used to go to the one in Westbury by the music fair.
Oh, okay.
There was one over there.
Yeah, you know who I saw at Westbury Music Fair? I saw Sam Kennison and not Neil Diamond, the other guy.
Engelbert.
Nope, Donker Shane.
Oh, Wayne Newton.
Yeah, I saw Wayne Newton there. It's funny how a woman will make you do weird things. You know, I was Twisted Sister, Black Sabbath, Twisted Sister, Pantera, Black Sabbath, Zebra.
Nice.
And, you know, I fell in love with a girl from Rockaway Beach, and next thing you know, I'm at, what was his name?
Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
my first wife, I saw Barry Manilow 3 times. Not because I wanted to.
Was it any good?
He puts on an entertaining show.
Yeah, right. They're pros. You know what I mean?
But it's not.
It wasn't your thing.
No. I want to, yeah.
Dude, I'm hanging with a female comedian now.
Oh,
She's
nice.
just a friend of mine in L.A., Cha-Cha. And Cha-Cha used to date... who's the guy they throw the underwear on the stage?
Oh, Tom Jones.
She used to date Tom Jones, so she's
Really?
old school. Yeah.
Just the name Cha-Cha, that just tells me she's sexy right there.
Cha-Cha was if you look her up, she was the first female stunt woman. I don't know if she's on the computer.
First female stunt woman?
Yeah, that really did big stunts. She did 100. Dude, she did 100-foot fall.
Really?
Yeah. Does anything come up?
Well, the name Helen Gibson comes up as the first.
Oh, Cha-Cha Sandoval. Look up,
right.
the last name is Sandoval. S-A-N, however you'd spell Sandoval. Stunt woman.
Sandoval stunt woman. Let's see. Yeah, there's an IMDb.
Yeah, that's Cha-Cha. So she's a stand-up now.
Oh, really?
And she used to date Tom Jones, and there was... Wow. Oh, you know what she's in? I never saw it, but people, when they bring her up every night...
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie Jerry Maguire?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Remember when he came and there was like a women's club and they were all like anti-men?
Yeah.
He came to pick up his girlfriend. But
Right.
his sister, Helen Hunt, had a bunch of like hags that hated men.
Right. That's the whole...
Cha-Cha's
you had me
one
at
of the
hello.
hags.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't seen her in it.
Is that her right there?
Let me see. Yeah, that's... I mean... Yeah, that's the way she looks now, on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the left, with the dark hat, I think,
Right.
is when she was in the movies.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah.
Nice. And she's doing stand-up.
She's doing stand-up, and the weird thing is we're on the same circuit, so we see each other probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Nice.
But she's a widow, and I'm a widower.
Right.
So we kind of go up, like I'll say, you know, my wife passed away, you know, like, yeah.
Do you not have the... Like, do you... I mean, I would think you're big enough where you could walk into a place like Governor's and say, like, can you tell them who you want with you? Like, if you wanted to say, I want to bring Cha-Cha with me, would they be like, oh, yeah, no problem.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I'm just getting back in with these guys. You know, I didn't come for a bunch of years.
Right, yeah.
So when I got booked in Bohemia, I didn't care who opened. You know, I was just glad they booked me.
Yeah, sure.
And then when I got booked in Belmore about 6 months ago, I was just glad I was booked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And then even on this one, all I asked was, can Carla open for me?
Oh, you specifically asked for Carla?
I asked for Carla.
Oh, wow.
And because she's a female.
Yeah.
And I was told it was just her and I for the last couple of months.
Okay.
Like, I'll do longer.
Yeah.
And then over the last 2 days, it went from Carla texted me and said, hey, I'm the middle. Do you know who the host is?
Oh, okay.
I said, I don't.
Right.
And then this morning, Carla called and said, I heard you on WBAB. She said, I'll see you tonight. I'm the host.
Which is great. She is a fantastic host. She is one of my favorites.
I'm the host.
Yeah.
And both of us don't know who the middle act is.
Oh, okay.
And when I turned the corner and saw you and not Don Sill,
right,
I thought that you were my... Right? That's the way we started this conversation.
That
so
is,
I don't
yes.
even know who's there tonight.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but to answer your question, I've only ever once in my life brought an opening act on an airplane.
Okay.
You know, like, I don't know if it's worth it to bring Cha-Cha across country and, you
Yeah,
know what
sure.
I'm saying? I brought a guy from L.A. We played in Alaska. And there's so few comedians that you got to bring your own opening act.
Oh, okay.
And his name was Danny Hazami, and he took 1,000 photos that weekend. And the only photo he didn't take was me arm in arm with Sarah Palin.
Oh, jeez.
And when she got so famous running for vice president, I guess it was,
yeah,
I could have been on CNN just because I met her in a comedy club.
Right.
And that was the one picture he didn't take. I don't know why. She was running for governor at the time.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. How do you... That's crazy.
She was sexy as a mofo.
Oh, yeah.
She had a mini skirt. It was so short, I saw the tip of her penis.
Just like Mulvaney.
Yeah, there you go.
So you were talking before about the comb and all that. Do you ever think about like selling the John DiResta
watch
comb?
this. It's funny you asked that. A lot of people, because everyone needs a comb.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I could.
And it's a funny souvenir, and there's a big mock-up, right? If I paid 15 cents each for these with my name on it, or in my balls, and sold them for 3 for $20,
right?
Because everyone needs a comb. The only reason I just haven't thought about it is I do such a runaround with the woodworking and and I don't know if you know this. I'm not in a comedy club like this every weekend. You know what I mean? I don't go out every single weekend. Like most of these sets I'm doing are for 15 drunks. Just to work the material out.
Right.
So I'm not the biggest merch guy, and I don't like lugging this stuff.
Well, that's true.
And I don't like selling it. I feel like there's certain guys, like I work with a guy in L.A. that brings merch on every single show. We're doing
a lot of them do.
Yeah, on every show. The pillowcases, the panties, the koozies.
Right, the koozies. Yes.
And you remember the song "Blinded by the Light"?
Yeah, of course.
Blinded by the merch. It all becomes about the merch sale, and everything leads to the book, then the money goes to the cancer kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just didn't want to. I wanted to just concentrate on getting funnier.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
and here's what
sense.
I do. I'm one of the only comedians on earth, and I won't do it here because, again, a lot of people coming to see me think I'm a star, but I do tips accepted. So I'll get 50, 150, 20, 25, 7. Do you have Zelle? Can I send you a Zelle? I just do a funny catchphrase that tips are accepted. I don't sell underwears. If you had a good time. No, I'm saying you have to really be charming, and you have to have the balls of steel to ask an audience just to hand you money.
But you've done that.
I've done it before and made
the
up
comedy clubs don't get
No,
that?
not at all.
Really?
Not at all. It's just like selling merch.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now that you say that, that is wild.
And watch this. You want to make it even easier? Here's my card. Zelle me, PayPal, Zelle, PayPal, Zelle. But I don't really chase it down.
Right.
But it has worked.
That I've heard of, guys handing out their business cards in hopes for stuff like that.
Yeah, but watch this. Let's just say I've done 100 shows where I say tips are accepted.
Yeah.
Out of that 100 shows, maybe 10, someone got up out of their chair while I'm putting the sales pitch on.
Yeah.
And handed me money while I'm on stage.
Oh, wow.
And I tell the people, that's how it's done. If you want to get it out of the way, you don't want to wait in line. You want to look special, and I'll remember you. And then, ready for this, dude? I'm the only comedian. I'm still trying to devise a closing bit.
Okay.
Where people guess what they do. They throw money at me.
Right.
I'm trying to come up with a closing bit that's going to make people reach into their pocket, crumple up a 5, a 10, or a 20, and either throw it into a basket or throw it into my ass crack with a crab net. Remember the crab scoops? Yes. You know what I mean? Something that encourages people, and they are having a good time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they don't mind throwing you a 20.
I mean, of course, you say this, so the first thing I think of is a poll.
Yeah, I mean, well,
but then I think of... who was the comedian? He was in Scarface.
Yeah,
he just passed away.
Yeah.
Angel Salazar. How many times have you seen that guy strip on stage?
Yeah, I never saw his full act. But
no kidding.
Watch this. I was at this comedy club probably 30 years ago, probably 1994.
Yeah.
And he was doing a show, and I guess I got a set on it. And in the middle of him talking to me, I think I might have had the sitcom deal because he paid a lot of attention to me more than he would have as an opening act.
Right.
And I saw him get ready to go with bar straws and dildos and underwears, and I didn't know what was going on. So I've never seen it come off.
Oh, okay.
But I've seen it go on.
Right. Right. He down to a G-string on stage. It's unbelievable. And well, not anymore, but and he used to He was so fucked up. He would, if he was doing 2 nights, he would sleep in the green room.
Wow. He's not going to get a hotel. No, every comedy club I've ever done across the country has a story.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I'll tell you one that no one will ever tell you, and I hope Vic. Do you know Vic DiBitetto?
I've met Vic. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure he won't mind because he was innocent. You do a gig in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the Italian Villa. And it's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I have some friends that just played there a few weeks ago.
And sometimes they put you in like a little comedy condo. It's like a little building.
Right.
So Vic is leaving Sunday night. He's going to go back to drive the school bus on Monday.
Right.
So Vic leaves the comedy condo, and Angel Salazar is driving from Pittsburgh but doesn't have anywhere to stop over and sleep.
Okay.
He stops over and sleeps in the Lancaster condo.
Right.
And the next day, Vic gets called by detectives from the Lancaster PD.
Oh, no.
There's blood in every corner of the room. Every corner. The walls, the floor. And they thought somebody was murdered.
Oh, my God.
And Angel Salazar banged a hooker that was on her period. Your turn.
Oh, no.
And only Angel Salazar could be attached to that joke.
Well, yeah, it makes total sense when you hear that. Yes. Wow.
All right, bro. I might have to wrap it out.
All right, wrap it out.
I gotta take a nap.
All right, go take a nap, and I hope to get here this weekend at some point.
Thank you for having me. And
absolutely,
I'll see you soon.
anytime.
Yeah, you got it.
Open invite, pal. And I appreciate whenever you are around, you give us your time, and you're very
dude. No,
supportive,
you know what we did tonight? We learned a lot. Today we learned a lot about stand up. You know what I mean? As much as we know already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I love talking shop and hearing from you guys, the real pros.
Yeah,
very nice.
I'm on set 7,173 tonight.
Yeah, you'll have the notebook, right?
Yeah, I got the notebook outside. Yeah. I was going to bring it in, but it's one extra thing to carry. When I was standing at the dock, it's dark and cold about there when the sun is not on you.
Oh yeah,
and behind here,
yep,
with all the debris.
We just cleaned it up actually.
No,
back there. Yes,
dude, it looks like a 3 Mile Island. There's canisters that you don't even know what they're for.
Yes, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't. I refuse to go back in there to see what's in it.
That's
I don't want
funny.
to know.
I just
Angel Salazar's probably
while I was knocking on your door, smoking a joint over there. Yeah. I turned the video on and I said, "This is showbiz," and it was all those empty cans and
right.
And dude, crows. Do you know?
It's crazy out there,
dude. I watch this. I'm 60 years old, and this is a weird little thing. I think crows are good luck for me. Like when I used to I'd be flat broke and it'd be a crow in the middle of nowhere, and I always think it's that crow telling me to hang on. You know what I mean? If you ever did a movie of my life, at my shop, there's one crow that once a month he's up there just letting me know. And dude, when I got out of the car today, and there was so many of them,
there's a ton of them out there. Every
I thought
day.
It was a sign that I should be here today, tonight, doing this with you.
Absolutely right.
There's so many of them. It's creepy.
Oh, it's
are they all day long? Or is
every day? Every day.
It's not just in the morning. It's like, in other words, when I go out now, do I have to be worried about getting my eye poked out?
They might shit on you.
Ew.
Right now, if you look on my windshield, where are we? There's a gray GMC parked on the very end. Right smack in the middle, there's bird shit on the top, and then it came down. I haven't watched it yet. It's right there smack in the middle. But, no, they won't attack. I've never seen them attack. It's the deli next door. They're here eating from the deli, which, by the way, they have great – you wouldn't think it, but because it looks like a shithole, but they have great food.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, maybe – so that's
you know what I have in my car? Whenever I stop in Woodmere and stay in Woodmere, I get a tuna fish bagel.
At Ben's Deli?
No, well, I go to Bagel Boss in Peninsula in Hewlett.
Yep.
That's the other side of the world to you guys.
No, I used to work. You're retired. Well, you left the police run. I'm a retired phone company, and that was my area.
Oh, I worked 5 towns?
I worked down there all the time. I know it well.
Okay. Do you know who went to Hewlett High School? And then we'll end it.
Other
than John DiResta, Ed Burns.
Right. Well,
Donna Karen.
Not what's his name? Fireman who's on The Sopranos.
Vito.
No,
Vito.
Fargo.
I don't know him.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about.
In the movie Fargo?
Yeah, the main.
Oh, yeah. No, he went to Valley Stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What is his name?
I know,
have
it's
his
killing
phone
me
number.
right now.
I just came across his phone number 30 years later. He gave me his phone number.
Really?
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
No, he
Thank
was
you.
Valley Stream.
Oh, okay.
But I just found out Harvey Milk went to Hewlett High School.
Oh,
Harvey Milk.
Yeah.
Played by
Great
Sean
movie.
Penn.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Really well done. And the greatest album ever made in the history of the human race, Bat Out of Hell. Produced by Jim Steinman.
He went to Valley Stream?
He went to Hewlett.
Hewlett.
He went
Really?
Yeah, Jim Steinman went to
I
Hewlett.
had no
he
idea.
Just passed away, too.
Yeah. I know, it's weird. Him and Meatloaf both gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
On a hot summer night.
Yep. Did you say that to all the
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, great
I do
album.
that about my kids because I love 2 of them. For real, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
And then watch this. When I talk about what white trash we are,
Right.
2 of my 3 kids were arrested for felonies.
2 out of 3?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? In a funny way.
Yeah.
I love 2, and then 2 out of 3, well, the other one was arrested, but it wasn't a felony. That's a true story. Dude, so my daughter Sabrina called me 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 years ago. She's really upset. She said, you have to come over right now. And I thought it was something really bad. And through her tears, she said, don't tell Mom, come right now. And she had an apartment. And you know who lived right next door? Robert Blake.
Oh.
For literally, here's one door and here was Robert Blake. Imagine I grew up idolizing Beretta.
Right.
Now I'm worrying if he sexually assaulted my daughter.
I would not let her live there.
So she called me. I go there and I go, she's really upset. I go, just tell me what happened. She goes, I got caught. I stole $13,000 from my boss over 3 years.
Wow.
Like, $100 a month, and I got out of hand.
Right.
And I go, that's it? She goes, what do you mean that's it? I said, I thought you were going to tell me you're pregnant by that colored guy, Canoris, the guy that makes the candles. So she got arrested for a felony,
Yeah.
and then my son had a bad drug problem. My
Right.
son was arrested.
That you've
we
told me,
lost
yeah.
count. You know what I mean? So 2 out of the 3 were. And then the third one was caught stealing from a thrift store, but they called me, and I yelled at her in front of them. And you know what I'm saying? So she was just a misdemeanor. But it's just funny. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, just a misdemeanor. That's all.
And dude, watch this. I don't know if JP or Roger.
Yeah.
I hit them with a joke today. It's like, you see, I just said the word colored in good fun,
Yes,
in jovialness.
absolutely right.
But
Yes.
I did a joke just an hour ago, and I was killing.
Yeah.
And I hit the punchline, Down syndrome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. It was. And it's money in the bank. Look, I'm 60 years old. I'm dating a lot of people. At least I'm on these dating sites just to keep
Sure.
it interesting. I don't really go out on dates, but I just keep it interesting. And you older women, silver singles, all the ones we would go on, you have it tough. Because these 30-year-old girls, they start off with pictures of their cookie. That's how they start off.
Yes.
Then they add the sex toys.
Right.
So on one thread with the 60-year-old woman, I got must love dogs,
Right.
long
right.
walks on the beach,
Must love going out.
and she has
yes.
her arm around her Down syndrome son. And the other girl's got pictures of a cookie with 2 sex toys. But when I hit Down syndrome son, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, they all looked at each other like, are we going to get in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
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 But that's been killing in the nightclubs.
They'll,
Is that more of a nightclub joke? And watch this. It's coming from a place of honesty. I'm not making fun of them. I'm just saying.
Right.
The competition's tough.
Oh, well.
Watch this. Here's another thing. When you're with these new young girls, it's like, another blowjob? I'm sore. And when you make love with a 60-year-old woman, that hurts. You're on my hair. I got a cramp. Muskrat. And I go, what's muskrat? That's my safe word. Well, shouldn't you tell me up front? I thought there was a fucking muskrat in the bedroom.
Right, that there was a rodent running
rat.
around. Yeah.
A fucking rat. No, but it was funny that when I couldn't hold back on the C word just now. Colored. But that the Down syndrome, I had to let it out, and boy, it squelched. You know what else squelched?
They'll be all right with that tonight. You'll get some ooze, but
You
you'll
know what
get some
else
laughs.
squelched? I tell you, dude, this is a comedy lesson. I was killing at the Hells Angels headquarters. That's, you talk about a tough gig.
Yeah.
Their headquarters, their bikes, their old ladies.
Yeah.
Their vests, their bar. About 7 comedians. Bombed. Then the guy that was supposed to headline showed up and saw me. And he went, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I got the gig last minute." He goes, "When do you go on?" I go, "Right before you." "Oh, I don't want to follow you.
Oh,
I don't want to
wow.
follow you." So I got designated headliner.
Right.
He did okay. Thank God they bought into me from the first second, except about 15 minutes into it, don't bring up that you're a former New York City cop.
Well, yeah, right.
Same thing with the Down syndrome. They just cut out on me. I switched subjects and I won them back over. So these comedy lessons that we're learning.
When I worked for the phone company, I worked in Hempstead.
Right.
The Nassau County Hells Angels headquarters was right across the street. Every year I'd laugh my ass off as they're putting up Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Every year. And then they actually collected toys for donations. It made me like, this is Hells Angels. You're not supposed to be putting up Christmas lights.
I know.
It made me laugh.
And I didn't even set up, like we had to wait like 2 hours for the show. I got there real early, so I was like, and I had a really bad stomach. And I'm like, if I take too much of a shit, they're going to beat me up. And then, dude, look, I went to plug in my cell phone.
Yeah.
And I had to unplug a mini fridge. And I go, they're going to beat me up. The beer's going to... And then, dude, they had cologne, like free cologne in the bathroom. And I went, if I use that cologne, I'm going to smell like them. And I'm not a member.
Right.
I'm not patched. They're going to beat me up. So I really thought that. Till the very end, they were very friendly.
But... everything else made sense, but the shitting part. Why would they get mad? Why would they?
No,
beat
I
you
was
up if
just
you
saying.
shit?
No, I was just saying. I really did have to take. I don't like to defecate in public.
Oh.
And I knew this was going to be a bad one.
Oh, you
But
meant if you like stunk up the bathroom?
Yeah, if I
you
stunk
mean?
up the bathroom.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
that one went over my head.
No,
Sorry.
if I stunk up,
Sorry.
No, and then, but watch this. In a strange twist of fate, when I got there, and it's just a bunch of schmucky comedians and me. And I went right over to the president, and I said, "Are you Rusty?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm John DiResta. I'm a stand-up comedian. And I just want to tell you I'm friends with Brendan." And he goes, "Which Brendan?" I said, "New York Brendan Manning." And he went, "How the fuck do you know Brendan Manning?" And he's the head of the New York Hells Angels.
Okay.
In the Lower East Side. At least he was. So he was at my brother's wedding.
Oh, wow.
So the fact that it got out to all these people that guy in the corner.
Right. Don't touch him. The other ones beat the shit out of him.
No, but they were very respectful to the comedians that bombed. Do you think they would have thrown shit out?
Yeah, right.
And then while they were on, I sat in the audience and I just sat next to a big old Santa Claus, white beard. You could tell he's been in the HA or the big red machine. Right. You're not allowed to say it out loud.
Right.
For 100 years. And I kept saying, this guy sucks. So he leaned over, he goes, "You must be another comedian. When do you go on?" Like we had this funny little kibitz about the comedian sucking.
Right.
And I just said, "By the way," I just said, "this is the second guy." I said, "I just want to let you know I'm friends with Brendan Manning." And he looked at me and he went like this. He says, "You're okay." So the second guy, he just texted Brendan. So Brendan is a big cheese. So what are the odds of like going in with a? I'll tell you one last thing. To get on people's side, maybe beforehand somehow.
Sure.
I got a gig in the daytime in LA on a Sunday at noon. Sunday at noon, you're going to do an NA meeting. Narcotics Anonymous.
Okay.
And it's going to be they're going to have their meeting, and then it's a comedy, 300 people. Do you want to do it? It paid a few $100. I said, sure. I get there, I open the door, and it's 300 gangbanging Mexicans with black leather coats and black vests.
I would be very scared.
That are all in NA.
I'd be even more scared.
And I stepped in, and I had a Hawaiian shirt on from my father-in-law in Rockaway Beach that somehow was left to me, a Hawaiian shirt. And the second I opened the door, somebody was on a mic. And he goes, I think the comedian's here. It's a gringo with a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, no.
And they all looked at me and laughed. And I said, I can't be the butt of the joke. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get their respect.
Right.
There was a merch table. I said, how much for that black T-shirt that says NA? The guy goes, $10 for you. I said, do you have a scissor? He said, yeah. I said, give me the scissor. I cut the sleeves off. So when they introduced me, I had a black T-shirt, the fucking cheesy tattoos.
Right.
And their attitude was changed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's funny. Do you remember when Dee Snider took the makeup off in England? They were doing some like Pops on the Rocks, like a famous...
Yeah.
Like a famous TV show where, like, AC/DC and Black Sabbath, like some famous show.
Yeah.
and they weren't buying Twisted Sister. They weren't buying what they had to sell.
Oh, wow.
And Dee Snider said, "Is it the makeup? Is that what it is? You think you can?" And literally, Dee
Right there on
Snider
stage.
took the makeup off, and they went into song number 2.
Oh, wow.
And, so it's like however you got to sell it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But
Yes.
it takes a long time to learn how to sell it.
Yes, I
You know
agree.
what I mean?
Yep, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Very
Coffee
nice.
is for closers.
Coffee is for what? Closers?
Yeah. You don't get the reference.
No, I didn't get that.
Glenn
Sorry.
Gary, Glenn Ross.
Oh.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
remember the little monologue?
No,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Yeah, that's
Sorry.
okay. Most people get it.
Well, as they should. Sorry.
Look, we're batting 950.
Absolutely.
Right?
We had a good run. All right. John DiResta, govs.com. Make your reservations tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to go take a nap.
It's going to be fantastic.
All right, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Let's
I
get a photo.
appreciate your time. Okay, cool.
Let's get it in front of this thing.
Okay.
You don't have any sunglasses, do you? It makes me look younger.
I don't think I do.
That's all right.
You don't. You're 60 years old. You look old, younger than me. All right, hang on, everybody.
You know what one of the side effects is of Ozempic? It makes you look like a George Clooney. Oh, that's a video, so.
We're not making the porn.
Where does it say Govs?
Yeah, right. Yep, right here. It's still video.
All right. Dude, thanks, man.
Thanks,
You got it.
Appreciate it very
All
much.
right. Yeah. I'm going to urinate. Where
Okay.
do I urinate? At the Jerry Seinfeld bathroom? You know
Yes,
the story there?
I do know the
Okay,
Jerry
you know the
Seinfeld
story,
story bathroom. Yes,
Yeah.
so it's the last bathroom on the last door on the left.
Okay. And then
All right.
back out right this way?
Yeah, right. It's right. Yeah, right out this door.
All right. I'll police up my garbage.
No,
This coffee is still going.
wow, very nice.
All right, bro. Nice
Thanks,
to see
man.
you. Yeah, stay in touch. If you ever come out
Absolutely.
to LA, you can stay with me.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And dude, if you ever came to LA, I can get you sets too.
You can get me sex.
Sets.
Oh, sets.
I don't really like that. You know what Joe killed? I was on a show recently, just in the last day or two. Someone asked me who's the sexiest or the biggest star I ever met, and it was without a doubt was Matthew McConaughey. Had like a glow about him.
Really?
You know what I mean? Most guys are just Stern, De Niro, just regular schmucks. Like
Yeah,
that
right.
guy.
Yeah.
But Matthew McConaughey had this it was almost like a real star.
Really?
You know what I mean, it was weird.
Yeah.
He had me questioning my sexuality. I would have sucked him off.
Oh, you can have him. He looks jaundiced to me. I don't know. Thanks,
He was
pal.
very nice to me.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right, man. Wow. I had a whole bunch of questions prepared, and I think I got to 2, which is fine. You love a guest that can talk, as opposed to guests that don't talk. Wow. All right, let me check the comments, and then I know we're running a little late, but let me just check the comments because my apologies, I haven't been reading comments. So let me just see what you guys have to say, and then we'll say goodbye. Let's see. Ann is watching. Hi, Ann. John and Ann are flirting. I won't read that. Hello, dear God. Thanks for watching. Don Sill. John does look like me. Good-looking guy. Brian is his first name. Brian. Oh, Brian Posen. Big metalhead. Right. Okay. Dawn is buying your books for Christmas presents as we speak. Very nice. Thank you, John. Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, Don, I'll go on Amazon and pick up. I bought the Christmas book the other day when I saw it was available, but I'll go back on and buy the other ones. Let's see. Who else is there? And let's see. Don, what name do you go under to purchase the books? Pappy Sill. Don't forget it. Yeah, it's Pappy Sill. Mickey Delaney was hanging out. Thanks. Oh, Don Sill is the same birthday as Bruce Dickinson. Oh, that's cool. Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden. Let's see. Everybody else. Frank C. Looks like I picked the wrong day to tune in. Why? Oh, we talking about because he was talking about Down syndrome? I hope that was all right. He wasn't really bad about it. Oh, wait. Where? Oh, okay. All right. I'm not going to read any of that. Wow. All right. Everybody calm down. Fremder, Richard Pryor's career first blew up on the comedy scene in the front seat of his car. Wow, did you hear Richard Pryor's jokes last night? He was on fire. No, that was just him. Oh, my goodness. This comedian actor is amazing. Great today. Oh, thank you, dear God. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Jeff Skelsey. Damn, I should have been there and shown him my hands. Oh, yeah, absolutely right. Which we'll have to talk about one of these days here on the show, Jeff. Oh, okay. Frank C. is cancer-free for 22 years. Divorced her in 2002. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations on being cancer-free, Tony, says Ann. You're a beautiful person. Right back at you, Ann. Thank you very much. Dear God, I got to rewatch this later. Have a great day. Thank you, dear God. You too. Not going to go. Got a thing tonight. What time, Frank, are you still there? What time do you guys start tonight? My plans are early. It's not allowing me to go out to Jersey with Don, but it is going to end early enough. I wonder if I can maybe catch you guys. I was going to stay home. I was just going to go home and watch the rest of the fight, but this guy must have been assigned to the decoy squad when he was on the job. I don't know what that means. And you guys were telling us all Steve Buscemi. Thanks. Meatloaf was great, says Fremder. When he passed, the world lost 600 pounds. Paradise by the dashboard light of the hearse I'm in. Oh, my goodness. John, and everybody's loving John DiResta. John DiResta, yeah, interesting. We talked about it quickly. He has one of the worst worst rated sitcoms ever. Which is, to me, that in itself is quite a story. But he's had a great career. Very funny guy. He's had a weird history. You heard a little bit of it, with his kids and drugs and alcohol and stuff. But he's a good guy. A lot of fun on stage. Seen him a couple times. Becoming a regular here at Governors again. You heard Carla Okeson is hosting. Like I said before, Carla is a fantastic host. So you will definitely enjoy the show. So come on down tonight or tomorrow night here at Governors in the main room to see John DiResta and Carla Okeson. Also, I think it's tonight after John is the Urban to Suburban Comedy Series. So that's like the late show. Teddy Smith is in the Giga Room this weekend. Eric Eaton is playing one of the clubs as well. Go to govs.com and check out their full schedule and see what they got going on and make your reservations. And, of course, don't forget to make your reservations for December 13th. That's the big show with Mike Puccetti and Mark Riccadonna and Don Jameson and myself. That's going to be a lot of fun. Please go check that out. And go check out the show in Florida with Carrie and Fat Jay. John Rusciello is going to that show. So go check that out. December 21st, come to the Murder Mystery at McGuire's. Is going to be great. Last but not least, please go vote for Hershey and the Keys' best podcast on the Best of Long Island voting. You can vote once a day. So go take care of those guys. All right. And with that, thank you, bud. Okay. So with that, it's time to get out of here. We are done for the day, except tonight at 8 o'clock. Check out Donversations with Don Sill. Great show as always. You'll enjoy that. And then that's it. So Monday morning, Coffee with the Dog with Matt Napo. Monday at 11 a.m., I'll be in here. I don't know if Jeff is coming or not. But either way, Rob Bartlett is scheduled to be here. Rob Bartlett, comedy legend, especially on Long Island. Big part of Don Imus' show for many years. He's been on Broadway. He's been on TV shows. And again, one of the pioneers of Long Island comedy, working with Jackie and Eddie Murphy and Bob Nelson back in the day. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You heard he called a few weeks ago on the show here and made fun of us, which was a lot of fun. All right, let's get out of here. Everybody enjoy your weekend, and hope it's a good one. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking around. See you later.